you look like a digger.
I am a digger. The last time I was in the mine, I worked my ass off.
What happens to the gold from the mine?
Thoris collects it and then distributes it. No one is allowed to keep what he mines. Everybody gets only a part of the gold. That way even the hunters and guards get their share. I think that's okay. Since we've had that rule, there have been fewer deaths and the miners still get more than the guys who hang around outside.
Why aren't you in the mine now?
I was in the mine long enough and slaved away until I was about to fall over. Now I need a few days rest. Before I get my next red stone.
What's the deal with these red stones?
That's something Thoris and Esteban thought of. Thoris takes care of the gold distribution, and Esteban organizes the workers for the mine. Of course, he doesn't want to run to Thoris every time he sends someone to the mine. That's why he gives us one of those red stone tablets, and Thoris lets us in then. It's like a pass.
What do you have against Esteban?
All that swine thinks about is money. Every few days, one of us gets eaten by a crawler. But Esteban just won't send any fighters into the mine. And why? Those guys belong to Raven's bodyguards, and Esteban is scared shitless to tell them. He'd rather let us get killed.
What do you know about the attack?
Hey man, I didn't have anything to do with it.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Lennar. Welcome to the Diggers Camp.
Diggers? I thought this was the bandits' camp.
Right, but the bandits are only here to dig. So,
Can you teach me anything about gold mining?
certainly. But if I teach you something, you'll be able to mine more gold.
That's why I'm asking.
Sure. But if you can mine more, it's only fair I get a share of it.
Well,
You might as well give him a share in advance. Or let's say 50 gold pieces.
teach me something about gold mining.
Good. Regular swings will take you forward. Don't overdo it, but also don't fall asleep swinging. And don't always strike at the same spot. Try to work around a good-sized nugget. Do that, and you're on the way to becoming a master digger.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yeah,
Do you have any idea who was behind it?
sure. Let me tell you, I bet that Emilio is behind this. He always ran to the mine like a crazy man. He dug as much as he could. But since the attack, he's been sitting on his bench, not budging an inch. It's obvious. To get into the mine, he has to have a red stone from Esteban. I bet he doesn't dare look him in the eye.
What would Emilio get out of Esteban's death?
What do I know? Maybe he has a pal in the mine who would take over Esteban's place then. Yeah, that would make sense.
Lennar told me a bit about you.
Lennar? That guy's an idiot. You must have noticed.
He said you haven't been in the mine since the attack happened.
I don't know anything.
Help me find out who was behind the attack.
No, I don't want anything to do with it.
If an idiot like Lennar notices that you're behaving oddly, it won't take long before Esteban finds out too.
Shit. I'll tell you one name. Nothing more.
I'm listening.
Huno. Go to Huno. He must know something about this business.
Hi.
What you want?
Where do I get a pickaxe?
Go to Huno the Smith. But even if you have a pick, that don't mean that you can get into the mine. If you want to get in, you have to talk to Esteban. Don't even bother going to Thor's. He'll only let you in if you have a red stone.
Tell me, what do you think of Esteban?
Hey, he's the boss here. He's all right, I think. He always lets the good boys into the mine, the ones who know something about mining, I mean.
And you know something about mining?
I'm the best.
What do I have to know about mining gold?
Well, there's something you should know. Gold isn't ore. There's one damn important difference. I mean, what woman would hang a chain of ore around her neck? When picking, work from top to bottom. You can work the nuggets loose best that way. There are also diggers who do it the other way around, but it's far more difficult.
Can you judge my gold digging abilities?
Sure. I've been at this for over 35 years. There's nothing I can't assess. For you, I'd say you're a quite passable scraper.
About the attack on Esteban.
Yeah?
Do you have any idea who's behind this?
Why do you want to know?
I want to talk to the guy.
So? And what do you want from him?
I have some interesting information for him.
You're in cahoots with the guy who ordered the assassination, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
Good. I'll tell you what I know. When the attack took place, I was trying to get my pickaxe from Huno the smith. But he wasn't there.
And?
Usually he's always there. Very suspicious if you ask me.
He was falling down drunk.
I used to say that myself.
Do you deal in smithy equipment?
Huno has steel. I only have a few lumps of ore. But I won't give that up. It's the only thing I have of value.
That's exactly what I said.
Do you work for Huno?
I wanted to make up a bit of gold and took up with Huno. But since then, Esteban hasn't given me anything at all. He said he can't use me anymore. What else can I do but continue to slave away for Huno?
Been there, done that.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Watch out.
Nothing, man. I didn't have anything to do with it. What do you want from me?
Huno is suspected of having something to do with the attack.
I don't know anything about it.
But you work for Huno, so you do know something.
Things would have
I
turned out
know
differently
nothing.
if it hadn't
Honest,
been for us.
I have to go now.
There've been all kinds of rumors.
Wait a minute.
You don't have to tell me that.
Do you know what Esteban will do to you when he finds out you're covering for Huno?
Man, leave me alone. I don't have anything to do with that business.
I could have told you that.
Tell me what you know now, or I'll slam you into the wall, Paul.
You can't rough me up just because you work for the boss.
I can.
Cut the crap.
Paul.
All I know is that Huno has a bone to pick with Esteban. He's constantly going on at me about that Esteban, that he screwed up business for him and so on. I only listened and never said anything.
No big deal.
Exactly. You see, that wasn't so bad.
Who said that?
That was no big deal.
Hey, you! It looks like you're a master of your craft.
I've heard that before. Did you bring the steel?
Steel? No, I think you're confusing me with...
Somehow you seem familiar. Do we know each other from somewhere?
I couldn't care less.
Sure, from the old camp.
The old camp, right. You're that curious guy. I thought you was dead.
Yes, everybody thinks that. Who else survived?
A few. Some fled with Raven like I did. For a lot of others, the old camp became a grave.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Tell me about your escape.
Chaos broke out the day the barrier fell. Some hid, others fled, and there was a plundering everywhere.
What did you do?
I was about to leave the camp when it turned bright very suddenly, and a scorching pain ate through my skin. I'd been struck by damn lightning. It feels like I can still hear it. Later, someone told me that Thoris found me and took me with him.
As if I didn't have enough problems.
About the attack on Esteban.
What do you want from me?
I'm looking for the person behind the attack.
And why are you coming to me about that?
I thought you might know something about that business.
I don't know anything.
I've heard a few things about you.
So?
I heard that you weren't in your place when the attack occurred.
What else?
Paul said you hate Esteban.
So, did he? What else?
Emilio spat out your name. You definitely know something about the attack.
You've been having a chat with old Emilio, eh?
And he isn't the only one who suspects you.
You should have known that.
What's that supposed to mean, huh?
No idea. You tell me.
I want to join forces with the assassin.
Against Esteban, really? Then prove it.
Isn't true.
I've been waiting for too long for a delivery of steel from the pirates. I suspect that Esteban captured it in order to sell it to me later at a higher price. Of course, he won't do that himself. A couple of bandits in his swamp are on his payroll.
How do you know that?
Drunken bandits talk too much.
Does this talkative bandit have a name?
His name is none of your business, but the guy you're looking for is called Juan. Anyway, I haven't seen him in the camp for a long time. You'll have to look for him in the swamp.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
Good. We'll see if you can be trusted.
It can't go on like this forever.
Hey,
I have the steel.
And? Was Juan there too?
He was.
I knew it. That rat Esteban was behind it.
Now, what about our agreement?
The man you want to talk to is waiting for you in the bar. Talk to the barkeeper.
That's nothing new.
Can't rely on that.
Who said that?
hey,
Juno sent me.
Looks like you found your man. Go on up to the next floor. Someone's waiting for you.
What do you know about the attempt on Esteban's life?
Listen, I don't want anything to do with that business, got it? I have my own worries. I'm a victim myself.
In what way?
I paid a lot of gold for my last delivery, but it never came. Some swine made off with it. I've been robbed, probably by some of our own people.
What sort of delivery?
A packet of lockpicks. Someone was supposed to get them from the pirates for me. But a guy named Juan snatched it away from me, including the gold that I paid for it. That bastard is hiding somewhere in the swamp.
I have your package.
Indeed. What about Juan?
He's dead.
Good. Then he can't cause me any more trouble. As far as you are concerned, I have a pretty good relationship with Juno. I'll see to it that you get your armor cheap from now on. Also, I'll give you one of my weapons. One hand washes the other. That hasn't changed since back then.
So you were behind the attack.
Yes, Esteban is in the way of my business. He won't let any of the bandits who work for me into the mine. He's making sure that everyone works for him, and only for him. That way, he can pocket a percentage of every deal and control the whole camp.
What are you planning?
We'll get Esteban out of the way. That means you will kill him and take his place.
As long as his bodyguards are with him, I don't have a chance.
Then, we'll have to get them to leave by telling the truth.
What truth?
You have done your job. You know that I was behind the attack. Tell Esteban, and he'll send his boys to kill me. I'll expect them here. When they're gone, you can deal with the bastard and I'll take care of the guards.
They all ran like rabbits. I was confused.
I used to say that myself.
It can't go on like this forever.
About the
No
assignment.
big deal.
Listen, I have other things I have to take care of.
They all ran like
I thought you might be interested in knowing who was behind the attack.
Who is it?
Easy as that.
Tell me his name so my guards can wring his neck.
those are all just
The traitor Fisk is behind it. At the moment, he's sitting in the bar unsuspecting and drinking.
Ha! Well done, kid.
watch out.
My guards will take care of him. You heard him, boys.
No big deal.
Go get Fisk.
That'll only cause more trouble.
And what happens next?
What happens next?
Happens sooner or
I'll
later.
tell you what happens. Fisk will die a painful death, and everyone in the camp will find out about it.
Things would have turned out
That'll be a
differently
warning
if
to
it
all
hadn't
of them.
been for us.
Anything's possible.
Do I get a red stone now?
Yeah, you did your job well.
Had to happen sooner or
Someone
later.
like you has no business in the mine. I can use you much better out here. You'll stay in the camp and continue working for me.
Deal.
Are you trying to play me for a fool? There was never a question of me working for you.
It isn't everyone who gets an offer like this, but if you don't want it,
Change that.
you're free to leave the camp.
How about if you keep your word and give me a red stone?
Hey, one more word. My guards will have to hurt you too.
Nobody wants to
What
know.
guards?
What? Oh, I see.
Anything's
You're
possible.
trying to pull a fast one. Just you wait.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
And now,
Yeah, that's the ticket. Holy shit!
Same old thing all over again.
you should have known.
He really should have known better. It's his decision. I used to say that myself.
Esteban is finished.
I've waited for this for a long time. I think you've got things to do now, and I need to go back to my business. So, if you need anything else, you know where to find me.